9 minutes each way. It's going to be fast, it's going to be frantic, and our first game is against Bayern Munich, so it's a brilliant test for our young players.
What areas of your players' games do you think will be testing most in these games?
I think all areas are going to be tested. These guys, especially the German guys, are used to playing indoor tournaments. They do it every winter, and we're not really used to it, so it's going to be difficult for us from the tactics of the game, but also they need to be very, very technically proficient to deal with the ball on a bouncy surface with good opponents and a high tempo, and hopefully a packed arena, because we're thinking there's going to be up to 10,000 people in here. It's going to make it hot, it's going to make it noisy, and it's going to make it a challenge. So all of these things add up to a great test for the players.
You have Bayern Munich in your group, who you beat last year, Rapid Vienna, who you beat just a couple of weeks ago. I know it's a different format, but can your boys take confidence from that?
Well, we always walk onto the pitch looking at our opponents and thinking, we wonder what they're going to do. We've tried to educate our players to be concerned with what they do and how they approach the game. We've started to see that, and hopefully we'll see that again, but you never know until the game actually starts. So I'm going to be interested, rather than me dictating to the players what they're going to do, I'm going to be interested in what our players bring to it and how they're going to go and impose themselves on their opponent and try and maximise their own learning, because as involved as we want to be as coaches and as much as we want to shout and scream and be part of it, it's more important that the players take ownership and take a driving role in their own development. So if they can do that in this environment, it's going to be really good fun.
And as you touched on there, it's a unique environment, but one that your players can only learn from.
Absolutely, and that's why we come out here. We're going to play against the best. We want to actually go and look at other academies, other players, how technically proficient they are, what they're doing differently to us, and try and bring that into our environment. If we can do that, as well as maintaining our own unique standards, making sure that we appreciate where we've come from, we can only continue to improve for these players and give them a more rounded and wholesome education. And I think we've seen in the last couple of years the players really develop from the different challenges they've had, and long may it continue.
And boys as young as 16, 17 in the squad as well, and a great learning environment for them.
Well, it's an under-19 tournament, and we've said already that we're going to be young, but we want to be young. We want to expose these guys to it. We want to see them struggle. We want to see them out of their comfort zone a little bit, because that's where we believe real growth occurs. And we know that they're going to find it challenging, they're going to find it hard. We embrace that, we do it deliberately to stress them, but it's all within a safe environment, because they know they've got a massive amount of support from us as coaches, also the academy managers here, and we don't expect them to fly straight away. We expect them to improve. As long as they can keep on doing that and we see growth during these 2 days, it'll be a worthwhile experiment.